Welcome to the town of Hopkinton. We're here in the Hopkinton Library, which is a sign of resilience for this community, resurrecting right after the lightning strike a year ago. This community is known for coming together and accomplishing great things, and the Hopkinton Hillsboro-Deering Redhawks football team is a perfect example of that. I'm joined by Dennie Yianakopolos, and she's going to tell us how this team began and how it continues to inspire the community. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us. We're excited to be here and to get the word out about Redhawks football. I can go back as far as the very, very beginning. 11 years ago, we formed a cooperative club team.
Sure.
We were not a school-sanctioned program, but we were competing against other club teams in the state, and it was formed with Hillsboro-Deering and Hopkinton. It was born out of the love of Brenda and Dave White, who wanted not to leave Hopkinton High School, and their son Jay had been playing for the Kearsarge Wildcats, which is our feeder program. And when he got to high school, he wanted to keep playing football. There was no football in Hopkinton. So Brenda and Dave, with a lot of love and tears and hard work, got this club team going. When Jay graduated, the club team continued one more year, and then that's when Jay Wood really made a decision that he was going to make football happen for Hillsboro-Deering and Hopkinton. Jay stepped in, and he and I worked together. My husband Steve and Brenda and Dave advised us, and that was 6 years ago. We were granted JV status as a cooperative school team. We had to do 2 years of JV, and then we were given varsity status, but we were put at the D2 level, which was based on combining the two schools, but in reality, it was not where we belonged. It was, we were playing against far bigger and far more experienced schools, but we had to do 2 years of that for the NHIAA, and then they reevaluated and gave us the D3 status that we got last year for the first time, and made it to the semi-championships,
and the
semifinals.
And the nice thing is you've grown so much now that you have your own JV program and varsity this year, so you're actually able to feed in that talent and really have people grow through the system.
Right, and so you can't introduce 9th and 10th graders who've never played football before and then have them practice all week and then they sit on the sidelines every single weekend. It just doesn't create longevity for those kids. If they're going to practice all week, they want to play. They want to see their efforts. So to have these JV games is extraordinary. And so we're really excited to see this program grow. It's growing. It's so exciting.
Now, what do you need to be able to continue the program? Because you're not funded entirely.
We are partially funded by the two school systems. So when we created the school sanction team, we came up with a budget for referees, coaches, and transportation. And at that time, 6 years ago, it came up to about $14,000. So each school system went to their community and said, we need $7,000 to fund this program, combining the two schools, getting the 14. Everything else we will fundraise for. We knew we would have resistance in town. People are afraid of football. And mostly they're afraid of what it's going to do to their bottom line in the community as far as their taxes. So how did this affect them? And so the first year it was not granted and it was not approved. And that's where the cow plop came in. Our first annual cow plop brought in the money that we needed. And then the second year the funding was passed and we still had to have a cow plop because it's just too fun. And so we continue to need support above and beyond that. It costs about an average currently of about $25,000 to run a football team, more now with a JV program. So as you can see, there's a big gap between what we receive from the two towns and what we have to make up in fundraising. So we really count on corporate sponsorships, and there's a lot of people that have believed in us from the beginning. Clearly, success breeds more support. So we're hoping that with our incredible success last year, making it to the semifinals, this year we're hoping to make it all the way to UNH for the finals, that people really believe in us and they want to support this local football team.
And the great thing is we can watch you play versus Newport. When is that?
Saturday, the 28th at 1:30. Come out to Newport High School and see us play.
I think it's a great idea. So Hillsboro, Deering, Hopkinton, surrounding towns, if you're a small business or a business of any type and you're looking to support the local community, the Redhawks football team could use your help. Small gift, large, whatever you can spare, you can help put this team on the map. And not only that, really put a nice direction for some young men in the community to get them started on a program that they love to help them stay in the schools that they love right here in town. Sounds like a great season for football for everyone here in Redhawks territory.